Hey guys, it's Crusher. I'm going to show you guys this build, and if you watch the end, I'll give you 3 ways to improve it. So I first want to talk about the flaws of this build before I get into what makes it so good. The flaws are, you need to be very good at parrying because your health is not that high. There's no sustainability either, unless you put a Bloodless on everything, and even then, Blurple healing isn't as good as Flame Charm or Frost Jaw. You also need to be patient with this build, because it's going to use a lot of annoying mechanics, and you will be called a lot of bad things on Discord, so watch out. And then third, you need to manage your boosts and buffs very carefully. It is extremely difficult to remember all of them and have them all active, and even have them in your hotbar. So those were the flaws of the build, the big flaws that I noticed, but here's what makes it so good. This build uses Heretic Sutra, Reinforce, Taunt, Lightning Cloak to all buff you and your M1 damage on stormseye. It'll buff your Blurple damage, and your clone can carry your Magnet Spark Electrocarve. What this means is you give it Lightning Cloak, you put Magnet Spark on it, you put Eternal Log Stones on it, it will follow them around as fast as it can while they have a taunt on them. They're taking extra damage. They're getting stormseye critted. They're getting hit by the bubble, the magnet bubble, and everything is just attacking them at once. There's pretty much nothing they can do. I got a good amount of pen damage boosts. I got Speed Demon, all the normal stuff. I have a Wind Gem on something, so I can proc Speed Demon. And then I got Lightning Clones for healing, because even though Spit got nerfed, healing is still really needed on this build, which is why I got Lightning Clones. This build also uses a little trick with Rising Thunder. If you throw Magnet Spark and time your Rising Thunder, you can make them have to take the full brunt of the Magnet Spark. And this, with the level 5 mantras, 100 in the 100 in your element, a lot of elemental intensity, a clone on them at almost all times, your downtime is like never, and you have a counter. Honestly, it's pretty good as long as you're good at parrying. I know this sounds weird for a build that is based around cheesing and zoning, but if you're good at parrying, you will demolish with this build, because you will out sustain anybody. And by sustain, I don't mean heal, I mean like your mental fortitude. You just spam clones, run away. If you have a way to heal. It's super easy. And the M1 damage on this build is insane. It's like 80. It's like 81 from what I last checked. It is actually disgusting. If you have all the perks up, you have a clone on them, a Magnet Spark, you're M1ing them, their health will just be gone. It'll be like a faster deferred. I'm telling you guys, if you can hit some of these combos, you're not going to lose. Some of the issues with this build are, if somebody keeps trying to get close to you when you spawn a clone, you need to run, because they will vent you and it will automatically despawn your clone unless you block the vent. Now let's talk about how to make it better. I think there are a few key differences you can make to the build to make it so much better. And the first one is actually going to be reduce the damage. I believe if you go less willpower on this build and you get 30 into flame and get Flame Wisp, this will be one of the best builds to grace chime. You just put a Flame Wisp on it, a 3 Eternal, 3 Aeon, you just run around. Spawn your clone, Magnet Spark, Grand Javelin, Rising Thunder, run, repeat, run, repeat. Another way, now into the second way you can improve this build, is to actually play a different build for a while. And what I mean is, don't get used to the mindset that, oh, I'm not going to get hit. Get used to the mindset that, oh, I have to parry trade everything. If you get used to that mindset and then use this build, it'll be perfect, because people get lazy when they play builds like this, and they get lazy on the parries. They don't learn as much, right? But if you learn how to use the build first, then you use a cheese build like this, you're gonna go really far, or at least get 200, 300 more elo. Tip, would be, if you do tone back the damage, you might actually want to not go blurple, because if you get the stun from normal lightning, you could get like lightning strike with your clone. That might do really well. There's a lot of different options you can do if you don't go blurple. Thunder kick, storm cage, so many different things, and you want to abuse that. So I do think you should try this build. I'll show the stats on screen here, but if you want the full stat order, you can come join my Discord, and while you're at that, subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any ideas, leave them in the comment, and if you got this far, I want you to go down and comment, Crusher is not a Felinor. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.